Two elite snipers receive identical missions, travel to a secret location and guard the west and east sides of a deep gorge for 1 year without any contact with the outside world or their counterparts on the opposite sides. Levi Kane, a former U.S. Marine scout/sniper and current private contractor, agrees to guard the west tower. Dresa, a Lithuanian covert operative frequently employed by the Kremlin, guards the east side. Levi suffers from nightmares stemming from the guilt he has from killing enemies, while Dresa's father, Erikas, dying from cancer, plans to commit suicide on Valentine's Day to reunite with his late wife. Upon arriving, Levi relieves his predecessor, Jasper, J.D. Drake, a former British Royal Marine of duty. J.D. explains that in addition to the towers, there are automated turret defenses, powerful cloaking antennas that hide the gorge, and mines on the walls of the gorge to contain monstrous creatures within. Their predecessors nicknamed these creatures, the Hollow Men, a reference to the poem of the same name by T.S. Eliot depicting the end of the world. Additionally, J.D. warns of a protocol called Stray Dog, telling Levi, if you hear those air raid sirens, you run like hell. J.D. tells Levi that 3 battalions of soldiers, 2,400 men, were sent into the gorge in the late 1940s but never returned. J.D. is exfiltrated by helicopter, but his contact executes him without explanation before calling Levi's handler to report the transition complete. After several weeks, Dresa violates the no communication protocol on her birthday and initiates conversations with Levi via written signs. Levi reciprocates and the two engage in a sharpshooting competition. There is a protracted escape attempt by the Hollow Men, but Dresa and Levi defend their towers and each other. The two start communicating more frequently, playing games of chess, and making improvised drum sets. 6 months into their tour, Levi ziplines to the other side of the gorge to spend time with Dresa. The two court one another by dancing and making rabbit pie. Levi, an amateur poet, tells Dresa he is writing a poem for her titled, She Collapsed the Night. The next morning, Levi attempts to cross back to his side of the gorge, but the mines on the western side of the gorge detonate as the Hollow Men climb it, causing him to drop into the gorge when his zipline cable snaps. He deploys a parachute as he falls. Dresa parachutes in to rescue him, and the two discover that every plant, animal, and insect within the gorge has been cross-mutated with one another. Seeking shelter, they locate the source of the mutations, a bioweapons research lab from World War II abandoned after an earthquake caused a contaminant leak that produces symptoms of mutation within 5 days. Originally run by Eastern and Western governments, the facility has since become the responsibility of Darklake, a private defense corporation that periodically extracts samples and research data, hoping to create super soldiers. Levi discovers the Stray Dog protocol, a failsafe developed by the original researchers to sterilize the site with a nuclear detonation, which Darklake now controls. The two find a jeep with a working towing cable and use it to climb back out of the gorge as they fight off the Hollow Men. They agree to separate for 5 days to ensure that neither is infected with the mutagens and to check in with their handlers. Levi's handler, Bartholomew, admits that Darklake is running the operation and that she knows the site has been compromised. Aware that Darklake is coming and will try to kill them, Dresa and Levi agree to activate the Stray Dog protocol to protect the world from mutagens and mutagenic research. Bartholomew arrives with her soldiers and finds Levi's tower abandoned. They send armed aerial drones after Levi and Dresa, but the pair manages to destroy them. Executing pre-planned, simultaneous shots, the two destroy the cloak and expose the site to surveillance, triggering the Stray Dog protocol. Bartholomew and her soldiers are killed in the blast and the area is destroyed. Having been separated from Levi during the blast, Dresa completes her 5-day self-quarantine. She leaves for France, where the pair had planned to reunite. She waits for Levi, who doesn't appear. Among her belongings, she finds an